They lied to you. They said we only pick cotton. But Henry Blair's invention did the work of 8 people, and he was a black man who couldn't even read or write. According to U.S. Patent Office records in October 1834, Henry Blair became the second black person to receive a patent No. 8447X for his mechanical corn seed planter. 2 years later, in August 1836, he received patent No. 15 for a mechanical cotton planter. His wheelbarrow planted cotton or corn seeds and had racks on the back to cover the soil. According to the Black Past Historical Archive, Blair was born in 1807 in Maryland, managed his own farming business, and was the only inventor ever recorded as a colored man in U.S. Patent Office records. He was likely never enslaved because enslaved people couldn't register patents. Historical archives reveal. They'll tell you we don't know nothing about nothing. But Warren Clay Coleman founded the first black-owned cotton mill in America in 1897 in Concord, North Carolina. According to the Charlotte Observer and Wikipedia's Coleman Manufacturing Company records, Coleman was born into slavery in 1849, became a former slave, and built a textile factory so famous that W.E.B. Du Bois included pictures of it in an exhibit at the Paris Exposition of 1900. He hired all black workers when no one else would employ them. Congressional records confirm. George Washington Carver taught the nation how to rotate cotton crops. According to the Science History Institute and USTA, Carver was born a slave in Missouri in 1865, became the first black student and first black faculty member at Iowa State University, and moved to Tuskegee Institute in 1896 at Booker T. Washington's urging. He taught farmers to alternate cotton, which depletes soil nutrients, with legumes like peanuts and sweet potatoes that reintroduce nitrogen. From peanuts alone, he developed hundreds of products: plastics, synthetic rubber, paper, paint, dyes, and textiles. According to the National Inventors Hall of Fame, by 1940, peanuts had become one of the 6 leading crops in the nation and the second cash crop in the South after cotton. His innovations have been credited with the South's economic survival in the early 20th century. A devastating truth from that era. According to the American Chemical Society, in 1965, Betty Washington Green became the first African-American female Ph.D. chemist hired by any chemical company, Dow Chemical Company in Midland, Michigan. She was the first black female research scientist on the company's staff. Her research on latexes and light-scattering techniques contributed to innovations in pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, paints, and coatings, including a latex coating that made cotton last longer. According to the University of Kansas Open Textbook, she was one of the first few African-American women to earn her Ph.D. in chemistry. But here are more names they buried. According to the National Museum of African American History and Culture, Sarah Good received patent No. 322,460 in 1885 for a folding bed, the first black woman to receive a patent. Elijah McCoy, we already know, held 57 patents. Lewis Howard Latimer invented the carbon filament for the light bulb, making Edison's bulb actually practical. According to the U.S. Patent Office, Jan Ernest Matzeliger invented the shoe-lasting machine in 1883, patent No. 286,407, which reduced shoe prices by 50% and put black workers out of jobs because he was black. A powerful quote from Booker T. Washington about Carver. He was a man who proved that genius has no color line. And here's the victory. According to the Hagley Museum, in 2021, the National Inventors Hall of Fame inducted Henry Blair posthumously, 185 years after his first patent. A devastating quote from Dr. King: "We are not makers of history. We are made by history." Now answer me this. If black people invented crop rotation that saved the South's economy, built the first black-owned textile mills, and created hundreds of products from cotton while enslaved, does that prove we were knowledge bearers all along, or does admitting that threaten the entire narrative of slavery? I want to see your real thoughts. Drop your answer below. This is Black History Unfiltered, and we expose what they buried. Smash that like button, share this with someone who needs to know the truth, and subscribe right now because every video exposes the history they tried to erase.